Hello, everybody. Good vibes to one and all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad you could make it. Another Saturday hangout. Let's see. Hopefully, video and audio is good. Everything's showing good so far. So, who all we got here? It's like J Rock Dust Stuff was first one in today. Mystery Snail Guardians. Skull Aquatics, Posiwi, Muppet 929. Good to see you, Muppers, as always. Got Patty, needs to lay down for a while, no problem. Melvin, brother, good to see you. Got Sean, Yo S, My Fish Tanks Aquatics, Mary Page Flynn, Jimmy Peas, Matt Liquid Zoo, Scott's Aquatics, Scott's going to be lurking, working on a 75. That's awesome. Jenny Lynn, good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you all for coming today. Hope everybody's having a great day. We got 15 in the room already. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Been having a pretty good day. Haven't done a whole lot. Decided to get hot on us here again today. We've been having highs in the 70s and 80s, and right now it's 93 out. So got a little warm again today. Hey, Mike Stern to Aquatics. Welcome, welcome. Glad you can make it. Good seeing y'all. Well, the good and bad news for this week is I hit my 300 subscribers. this week, but I hit it about 5 times because YouTube has seen fit to take about 20 subscribers away. So currently at 298. So hopefully I get those or most of those back this week. Eric, Furloughs Aquatics, good seeing you, brother. Don't hardly see you around anymore, so it's always good to see you. Dee Dee, welcome, welcome. Yes, very true, as YouTube does like to play their games. So as far as the giveaway stream, hey, Mr. Brandon, uh, it will be probably next week's Saturday stream. So everybody come for that. I know I'm already at 300, so no worries there. Hey, Vinoxky Tanks. Rico Stan, welcome. Ricky, RB Animals. Oh, you changed your name. RB Animals and Movies now. Nice. Yeah, I totally agree, especially when you get quite a few subscribers all at once like that. I'm sure they take some precautions, I guess, to check them out. So I'm not worried now. I know I'm there, so and appreciate every single one of you that numbers that I could never imagine when I started this. So just amazes me, and thank you, thank you, thank you. James, Fish Room Fever. No munchies today, famous Curly. Ricky says he's at 277 now. Awesome. That's cool, Mr. Brandon. I didn't know you were that high, so congratulations. Yeah, Matt, I kind of agree with that too, because when I've lost a bunch of subs or likes on a video or views, it usually comes back in a few days. So that's awesome, Ricky. I know a lot of YouTubers frown on shorts, but I think it's here to stay, and it is the thing on YouTube now. It's their answer to TikTok. So looks like James Fisher and Fever is going to start a new channel. That's exciting. Hey, Paul McCarthy. It looks like Fish Room Fever starting up a gaming channel. Thank you, Minister Brandon. Let's see. Got 20 in the room and 19 likes. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for all the new subs. Appreciate it very much. Fish Fam is an awesome place to be. Hey, Rocking Fish. Welcome, welcome. Geek Boy. Good seeing you. That sure is the truth, Mary Page. Best people around, so. So yeah, the giveaway stream will be next Saturday. So hope to see everyone there. today is just an open panel. Thank you, Muppers. Today is just an open panel. If anybody wants to come up and show off the tanks, you're more than welcome. Link is posted at the top of chat. All I ask is if you want to come up, have your camera on and show your face. And then after that, you can switch it to your tanks or Hey, Brandon.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
My mom went back in the hospital tonight, so.
Oh, man.
Sorry. Yeah, real bad. She had surgery and she came home and then her blood pressure went real high, so she's getting worked on, see what happens.
Sorry to hear that. Thoughts and prayers go out to her.
But, yeah, it took me a while to get to that number I told you about, how many people are following me. It takes a lot of work to grow that much. You gotta invest into it. I mean, it's not gonna come automatically. So, is it okay if Curly comes up for a minute? Or,
sure.
Okay, just a second. Let me get Curly.
Hey, Bruiser.
Now they're all gonna go, oh man, here comes Curly. Not sure what to think about Curly, right? He's a good guy. He's cool. Cool. Hi, Mike.
Hi, Curly.
You let me down. No munchies.
I know it.
We didn't buy me any munchies either.
Yeah. You need to yell at him.
Ha! Okay. Well. Hi, everybody.
Hey, Steven. This came from Stephen's live stream. It was a blast as always.
My Spartans won today. They are 6-0.
Awesome.
6-0. Yeah. Now I'm waiting to watch the Wolverines tonight and see if what they're gonna do. They're 5-0, so we'll see. But thanks for letting me come on.
Hey, no
thanks
problem.
For the prayers. Bye, everybody. Have a good one.
Take care. You too.
See you later.
Bob Kaler, welcome. Yeah, but you kind of asked for that, Matt. Oh, isn't that nice? YouTube just let me know I'm live. They're so awesome. Brandon, you're a good guy. No need to worry. So what's everybody been up to this week? I haven't done a whole lot, just maintaining. Worked quite a bit this week, and actually too much, but other than that, it's been a good week. Anybody got any new projects they started or completed this week? Yeah, I can understand that, Mr. Brandon. I am I'm a K State fan, not a KU fan. Does that mean more tanks, Stephen? Bob, you at the Ark today? Nice, nice. Let's see, we say she's waiting for Aquashella. You're going to have a blast, folks. I can understand that, Paul. That's not any fun. Moving those bigger tanks. So more than likely, Skull. Uh, got some different videos thinking about. Doing videos on Domino is hard because you never know when he's going to be out and about. And if he sees anything, he darts back under the substrate. So he's a quick little thing. And last feeding on him, I tried and see if he was. Hey, James,
How's it going?
how you doing today?
Doing pretty good.
Good.
Was just playing around with some audio and video settings, so I figured what better way to do it than pop on and say hello and see if everything worked right.
Good seeing you.
It's good to see everybody. I miss talking to everybody on Thursday, so I've been trying to hang out more in the chats with everyone.
Yeah, hopefully the storm wasn't too bad for you.
Not too rough. It just gets kind of annoying with, power and internet and all that. And we were supposed to be shooting a video with some drone footage. I was invited to be a part of something, and they had to cancel the drone crew the next day because the video just wasn't, or the weather just wasn't good for doing the drone footage stuff. So looking forward when we get to do that. Thank you everybody for the audio video check. Appreciate that very much.
Yep, sound good.
Yes, it's too early for me to be on the stream. S says, yeah, maybe. I think I'm going to join Rico and Ed later on for their interview stream. So that'll be fun.
I haven't seen link for it yet. You know what time it is?
Should be 8 o'clock.
8. Okay.
I think it's on Ed's channel. Not mistaken.
Yeah.
Got it set up on StreamYard. Yeah, Bob, Kaylor, good. It's good to see you. I miss hanging out with you guys as well. But hopefully talk to Sean Peck. He called me earlier. I've been kind of absent, I guess. But I'm trying to get back around to see everybody. Once I get transportation issues resolved, that will change a lot. Of course, Aquashell is coming up. I'll be going to that. Won't be going to the ALA, so but have Aquashella and then just hanging out with people, Bob and Ed, and Sean Peck's got some projects that he wants to do over at his house. So looking forward to doing that stuff.
Cool.
I've got 6 tanks emptied out. You're asking about what's going on with people. I've got 620 longs that I've got pretty much everything caught out of that. I'm going to completely break them down and set them back up. So that'll be interesting. Be interesting to do some video footage with that. I'm happy to announce that I've got a new laptop, which means I can do some good editing now. That's been one of the big problems I've run into. So that's what's been going on in my world. Trying to get all that sorted out.
Yeah, I don't do that fancy schmancy editing. I just shoot. What comes out comes out. So
I don't blame you. I wish that I could go back to that. Honestly, I miss just being able to do that, and there would definitely be more content coming out. But you've got a certain eyes on your channel, and there are certain expectations. It's like I just want to do what I was doing before. But I've got some really nice things planned once I can actually. Now that I have the processing power, because I tell you what, I tried to take some of those ideas and I filmed things, and I filmed all the green screen work, and my old laptop, it wouldn't even play the preview video in the editor. It just did not have the processing power. And this one, I loaded everything up and had a video edited in 5 minutes. Normally it would take me about 2 hours trying to do it on my phone. And I was like, all right, that's awesome. So.
Yeah, I shoot all my videos with my phone anymore than transfer it to my computer. And my computer's right at the edge of even what I'm doing. So
yeah. Oh, and I mean, shooting on the phone, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Most smartphones nowadays have amazing quality cameras on them. I mean, I don't even shoot on this one most of the time because the camera's too good almost. It's got the 8K option on it. But one thing I do like is it has the 4K front camera. So I can set it up where I can actually see what I'm filming and still have the 4K versus my other phone. If I want 4K, I have to shoot it on the back camera. So it is kind of nice for that, to be able to actually see the shot while I'm shooting it. But I don't know. I miss the old point and shoot. Hey, here's the fish, and hit upload and be done with it.
Yeah, I'm not into that editing. I don't have time or the knowledge to get into some of these editing programs. But
it can be extremely frustrating trying to learn some of the software that's out there. To put it nicely, there are a couple I looked at that were recommended to me with some other YouTubers, and I was just like, I'm going to have to take a 40-hour course just to learn how to use the software. It's amazing how in-depth it is, but I don't need that.
Hey, Bob Purcell. Yeah, the only editing I do, I use DaVinci Resolve. Just add my intro and my outro and maybe some music if I want. So,
we'll see. My previous laptop, I still got it over here. It's got all of my Fish Fam stickers on it. It's loaded up, but you couldn't load DaVinci. Like, it would pull up the program, but as soon as you try to put any video into it and preview it or hit play, it just like skipped and lagged and buffered like you were trying to watch a video out in the middle of the boonies with no reception on a cell phone. So that was annoying, but it's fun. I'm excited because now I'm getting back into doing some things. I'm going to take one of those 20 longs and make it a saltwater tank. Just transfer the stuff I've got in the 5-gallon saltwater over to a 20 long.
Okay.
And then I'm going to move some guppies and endlers that I've got in 10-gallon tanks over to those 20 longs, which is going to leave me 16 empty 10 gallons on the rack. So who knows what we'll do there. That might be some fun interactive projects with you all.
Do you think you're going to get back to selling?
I would like to. So I need to get back to breeding in order to do that. And it's like, man, after I had the big downfall of 2020, nothing really wants to breed for me like this before. So I don't know. I'm gonna try and get in some fresh stock, if you will, in terms of some fresh males or females with some of my plecos. And I've got a couple strains of endlers and guppies that I'm working with that are some of my nicer strains, and they're doing pretty well on breeding now that I'm getting more into like the frozen baby brine and stuff like that again. The biggest thing was I went to, I guess, like a normal schedule of water changes where I just changed it when it needed it, versus where I just kind of changed it every regardless. And my feeding went from like overfeeding, if you will, like Ed and I talk about feeding a ton, especially with like guppies and endlers and the plecos, to just kind of standard level feeding. And so that, I'm sure, played a huge part in it, but I'm trying to get everything kind of back into breeding mode. So hopefully the goal is, get things going well over the winter time, because it's like things are starting to breed now, and it's getting to the cold shipping season.
Right.
Plus, I haven't looked into detail, but I heard a couple of people talking about some changes with the United States Postal Service. So that was what made me stop shipping fish initially, was issues with the Postal Service. But I would like to. The plan is keep everything breeding like it is and cranking stuff out through the winter, and then springtime have some stuff. There's going to be an event coming, first of the year next year. I'd like to have a whole bunch of stuff ready to take to it. And then it'd be nice to take stuff to club things when Ed and I go travel to different clubs.
Right.
So yeah, I would like to. That's the hope, goal, and plan. I don't know. I've kind of been reevaluating what I keep as a fish keeper lately. I've been looking at different piranha, and I'm kind of, I want guppies and endlers, but a lot of my tanks, it's like, that's a pretty tank. Those are pretty fish, but I'd rather just have piranhas and plecos, not necessarily together, but have maybe one rack of guppies and endlers, and I like my bombs. I enjoy those. A lot of the cichlids, I look and I go, well, I'd rather have a piranha in that tank. I'd rather have a nice, Peruvian piranha or a couple of different variants. So who knows? I may get into that stuff. Plecos are staying; they're not going anywhere. And the guppies and endlers are just way too cute and colorful to get rid of. But it's less of weird random stuff, I guess. I don't know. It's what I guess a lot of fish keepers go through that. You're in the hobby for a while and you're like, man, I'd really like to keep this fish instead. I've had the angels and the triggers are awesome and pretty, and it's a great community tank, but I've been doing that for a while. I'd like to try something a little different or something I haven't done for a while.
Yeah, that's I was 23 tanks at my high, and I've taken that back to 6 tanks now.
I don't blame you. I do not blame you.
With my health, it was just getting too much. But I've also filled up 8 tanks back up with reptiles and amphibians. So
oh, very nice. Very nice. Well, and that's another thing. It kind of frees up some options. I mean, I've still got I think I maybe got rid of 2 or 3 of the aquariums that I broke down when I came down from almost 100 to 30 some odd that I'm at. Mm-hmm. So things like Mrs. Fever would like a tarantula. So, that kind of gives option for that when it's not every square inch of the house is shoved full of fish. It'd be nice to do some little things like that. Like you said, something besides fish, but it's still contained. So that's nice too. Maybe it'll be Fum and exotics, Fever. You take after Bob Cave over there. Just pick it on you, Bob. But, I don't know. We'll see. It's definitely. I've been looking and I'm like, I want to change something. I just don't know exactly what I want to do. But it's hard. Like you mentioned, selling stuff again. The fact that people are interested in the stuff I absolutely love, and I enjoy breeding the guppies and the plecos and things like that. It's fun to me. So I wouldn't want to totally phase that out, but at the same time, I don't want it to be the focus. So I think that's part of what, I don't want to say killed it for me, but what got kind of frustrating was the fact that it become all the time business, and it lost some of the fun factor. It was like, okay, I have to stay up for the next 8 hours trying to, get everything packaged, which I'm not complaining about, but just from a hobbyist perspective, the fun perspective.
Right.
It's like I spent 8 hours with the orders to ship last night. And now I'm going to spend 5 hours doing maintenance. And then I'm going to make a video. And then I'm going to go reply to all comments. And it got past the point of all the time fun, which is what it was. I was talking to Sean earlier, and I was like, I almost feel like I need to go get a part-time job, just because when I was at work, I'd work 80, 90, 100 hours a week. And then when I got home, I was just so passionate and fired up about taking what little I did have and putting it into the YouTube and the fish and all that. But I see Kayla's question. I'll let you answer that.
For me, the reptiles and amphibians are easier for me to maintain. Don't really have a lot of maintenance with them. It doesn't mean that I like the reptiles or amphibians better than fish. I've been keeping fish for 50 years or so. It's just physically maintaining that many aquariums just wasn't possible anymore. So.
Absolutely. No, I do not have the Pac-Man. That was one of the downsizing things that. Yeah, I didn't want to get into the big feeder mice or the big frozen feeder mice again as it got bigger as an afterthought, and it just, I don't know. I enjoy them at the same time. It was about reshifting and refocusing and reprioritizing what was like really important for me to keep around. Like, I've got this tank on the desk, and it's Project Piaba tank, the 13-gallon widescreen, and I don't really want to have the tank up anymore. It's a beautiful tank, and I love the way it sits. But I'm like, I just kind of want to move it out so I can do other things with the space. If that wasn't, could film more videos here. I could do my DIY projects here, and I can make more videos. So do I keep this tank because it's a Piaba tank, or do I move this so that I can shoot videos here and put content out? So
Yeah, I totally agree. It's not that you stop liking something. It just, you do what you can and what's the best at that time.
right. It almost became a cycle, if you will, of, well, the hobby is progressing to YouTube, and then the YouTube is progressing the hobby, and then it got to be where I had so much hobby going on, there was like no YouTube time, and it's like, okay, let's dial this back some. I had a lot of personal things go on with the family last year, so that was rough. I was checking out the bucktooth tetras over there. One of them was chilling in the corner. I was making sure he was okay. He's fine. Hey, T and Aqua, what's going on, Bobby?
Robert, good seeing you. Yeah, everybody says, don't mix fish and reptiles together on the channel. That, I'm a small channel. My reptile and amphibian videos do just as good as my fish videos. And continually growing to hit 300 this week.
Absolutely. Congratulations on that.
So, and I'm not delusional. I don't want to become monetized. I don't want to lose this one-on-one interaction.
Absolutely. That definitely becomes a downside to it. Just like, and I'm sure you've noticed it with my chats. It used to be, you come in there and there's, 10, 20, 30 people, and I could say hi to everybody. And, you get 80, we'll just say 80 people in there, because that's kind of a standard for a lot of people that are doing the fish live. 80, 70, 80. So you get 70, 80, and then it's like, well, I want to say hi to everybody, but at the same time, if somebody tunes into 3 minutes of hellos, they typically kind of click off of it. It's like, oh, this guy's just saying hello to everybody. This is not for me. So it's that give and take, unfortunately. Yeah, Q's been very successful at mixing. There are a lot of people that are mixing the animals. It's a very good point, Bob. I'd say, what was her name? Taylor Nicole Dean or something like that. I think she had a bunch of different stuff. She's a big channel. And she's also got great personality. So that helps. But no, I think you should do what you want.
This will never be a job for me. This is just having fun and sharing it.
Absolutely. And that's one of the reasons, which I refuse to do it until after I've got the fish content coming out regularly again, because I feel like that would be a jerk move on my part to not be putting out clear fish content and then go start putting out regular content on another channel on another platform. But I am looking forward to being able to do that, because I can, I don't want to say more myself, but maybe less of the guidelines. If you need to do this and you need to do that.
Yeah. Right.
It's just me hanging out, playing a game with some friends and talking to people in the chat. That interaction, like you mentioned, that's what I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, it's like, speaking of big channels, I don't go to Corey's streams anymore, not because I don't like him, because I do very much. It's just, you can't interact in a chat like that with. And
yeah, well, and he's even pointed out that he wants chat to kind of become its own, like, we're there to talk to each other, not so much to talk to him type of thing. So that's definitely understandable. You can't really interact with him through chat. He does read a decent bit of stuff that I put in there, and I'm thankful for that. But it's, generally speaking, impossible to get his attention. There's so many people.
Yeah. And, and I don't go to KG Tropical stream a whole lot anymore, just for the same reason. I love them both, and they put out good videos and information. But if you have a question, it's almost impossible to get an answer. So
Absolutely, I can understand that. I do go to both and support them because they've both been supportive to me, just like Kaylor. Bob mentioned, James, you're lucky to have Corey as a mentor. Absolutely, 100%. I've been so blessed in every aspect of everything I've done on YouTube. It's been amazing, and both Corey, Aquarium Cop, and John from KG have been phenomenal with the help and the mentoring. So I do go there and support them, not just as a thank you, but also because I've enjoyed it for a long time. But in terms of the interaction, like you mentioned, you can't really go there to interact with them so much as you do the chat. Yeah, absolutely, Dee Dee. Absolutely. Some streams are good to listen to podcast style. And I'll be honest, that's really what got me going on, Corey streams and John streams. I used to listen to them when I was at work. I think Mike's dropped out on my stream. Y'all let me know if you still have the mic. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep talking until he pops back up because I don't see him. But, I used to turn those on when I was at work, whether it be, 8 to 12 hours a day, sometimes longer. Welcome to the Fish Room Fever Show on Mike's channel. All right, we got this now. It's takeover style. But I just used to listen to them all day. I have, one earbud in so I could still attend to customers and things, but it was just listening to a podcast style. I didn't really watch much of it. Just put it in and let it play hour after hour. And that's very much when I started live streaming. And then Ed came on board with that. Very much tried to look at it from the point of somebody that was just listening to it, because I noticed a lot of people when they live stream, they would take that into consideration. They do things like, well, this is cool. And if you're listening, you're like, well, what is this? What are you talking about? You have to pull your phone in your pocket to check it out. Versus if I go, well, this is cool, and I explain what I'm, talking about, the people that are just listening understand. Same with, reading the comments versus just going, oh, thanks, Paul. Good to know. Paul said Mike's gone now. So anybody that's just listening and is not reading that and doesn't know what I'm talking about understands what I'm affirming or, talking to. Hey, John, I see you. Mike has become a circle. All right. Well, I'm going to hang out here, I guess, until Mike comes back. That was not the intended, but since we missed the Thursday night stream, feel free to throw any questions out there. I love to hear the sound of my own voice, right? Also, do me a favor. Let me know. Do you all get annoyed when you see a microphone on screen? I hate this little foam thing. I'm going to take the little foam thing off. I forgot. That's right. I put it on there because this got knocked in the floor. Well, maybe you can't see it on there. See, I can see where it got dented. Now maybe y'all can too. Now they pointed it out. So I put the little cover on it. But I really don't like it. I think it looks weird. Patty will have a comment, I'm sure. She's hanging out. But I don't know. I watch a lot of gaming and podcast and talk show style things. And the mic is almost a part of the show. It's almost a part of the scene, if you will. But then I've also had some people that have helped me with things go, hey, get your mic out of the screen so that we can't see it. And I'm like, well, that's kind of part of it. That's why I had the whole setup. It used to be I had, this, and it had the fancy thing on there. Obviously I wouldn't have it in front of my face, but how the bells and whistles looked really, really pretty while it was on there. Kind of give it that professional quality. John prefers not to see a microphone. Understand that. Mics don't bother Bob Kaylor. Good to know. Good to know. Let's see. Can't see. Perfect. Good to know, because I don't like this foam cover. I don't. But, we'll leave it on there for now since I don't have my pop filter pulled out. Yeah, so let me ask you all, would you rather see a video on an update on the trash filter I made, or the video of me setting another 20-gallon first? Y'all let me know which video you want to come out first and which one's second. Because I need to do the update. It's been right at 12 months. It's been 11 months and 2 weeks since that box filter out of trash. So I want to do a 1-year update so we can see how it's gone. Um, poor Mike is gone. Mike, you're gonna have to kill the stream at some point. I did so. I guess apparently we're starting a 24-hour stream on Mike's channel. But yeah. So Muppet, that's a perfect example. Says I don't mind a mic in the screen, just don't love it when I can't see half the person's face. Yeah, if I'm gonna have the mic, it's not gonna be like covering my face kind of thing because I hate that. I can't stand the people that are talk to you like this. Okay, all right, okay. Yeah, starting to worry about Mike. It's been a while. Dear God. Yeah, Mike. I hope you're okay, buddy. Trash filter sounds interesting. Yeah, so that got a lot of views, surprisingly. It was just I took one of these extreme food containers. I use these for a lot of DIY projects. And one of them I made a box filter out of it. And that has been running unclean. Before you scream at me, first let me say that it's not the primary filter and the water changes have been keeping parameters in line. There's another filter in there with it. But I've been running it without cleaning it for a year now, 11 months, 12, or in 2 weeks, just to kind of see what it could take. So I'm also going to, what's the word I'm looking for here? Do an improvement on it. So anybody that did make it, I'm going to show you how to kind of hog a little bit more, improve it a little bit. That was just a cheap / free thing that most of us have lying around. So I feel like now that I'm on a second monitor again, I need to move my camera back up. I had it down here because I'd gone to the single monitor for a while on the old computer. Oh, Bob, thank you for messaging. Appreciate that. But yeah, we're gonna get rid of that since y'all can't see the dent. Poor Mike. He'll never let me come up on screen. He's like, nope, you came up there and you hacked me or something, and you took over. You know. So hey, there you go. I mean, yeah, I've got. So we're talking about mics. Here, we're gonna fill the airtime, right? Like I've got, you know, the pop filter, and I've got my fancy schmancy thing there. That way it doesn't take any vibration out. So it looked, I mean, it's a nice, visually appealing setup when it's all together. But then had somebody say, hey, get your mic off the screen. I was like, yes, boss. Okay, sorry. Mic check and mic check. Absolutely. Yes, I still have the prop. I still have the Prana. Thinking about adding some more Prana, like I mentioned. You know, that would be fun. That would be nice. Enjoy lurk mode. Appreciate it. No, I appreciate the feedback from you all. I'm always curious. It's not something I can normally just stop a stream and talk about. So since I'm here, filling your time while mine is trying to get back onto the screen, you know, figured I'd ask. Hey, welcome back. Welcome back to the Beaver Show on Aquatics and Things. I told everybody I was starting a second channel. They didn't realize it was actually Mike's Aquatics and Things, but, you know, surprise.
Dang cats.
All good. All good. As Bob would say, James loves the sound of his own voice, so no problem me filling in now. Fill it in there.
Sorry about that, everybody.
How big are the Prana now? They're not a whole bigger. So with the Caribe and the red bellies are similar. Most of the Pygocentris species piranhas are the same. Grow about 6 inches in the first year, and then they grow about 1 inch per year after that. So once they hit that 1 year mark, the growth really slows down. I would imagine that that's a natural survival feature, you know, a natural survival genetic thing that they grow to that size, you know, so that they're not predated upon before they get big enough to kind of watch out for themselves. So they get fairly big fairly quick, and then they slow down to that 1 inch a year mark after that first year. So nice. It'll take a while for them to get huge. They're about 6-7 inches. They vary. Some are more like 5.5, and some are closer to, you know, the 7, a little bit bigger. Haven't really measured them, and also perspective is a little off. So they don't look quite as big until you actually get them out of the water, or you look down through the top and get the top view on them. They look okay size. I mean, they look good size. I've noticed looking through the top, or like when I've had to pull them out, I'm like, oh, that's bigger than I thought it was. I know that's what he said. Maybe chat to that. Good to see you too, Scott's Aquatics.
Welcome back, Ricky. Welcome back, me.
Oh, welcome back to your channel, sir.
The joys of having multiple cats.
Absolutely.
They just shut everything off.
They're good at that. I did see a thing. Somebody had mentioned cats like to play with computers because they mimic people, something along those lines. So they had like a little fake cat laptop, and they sat down next to him, and the cat would go over and it would sit on the keyboard of that laptop and leave their laptop alone. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, this one was the older one, laid on the power strip and shut everything off.
Oh, that's not nice. It's not nice at all. I feel like I need to put my chat there. I don't know. There.
Yeah, Bob, love your Pacus.
Oh yeah, I remember when you got those, Bob, or at least when you got some of them. I don't know, you maybe had some. Yeah, those things are amazing. I sometimes miss having the big monster tanks with the big monster fish in them. I don't think I certainly won't go back to that at this house. I don't have the foundation to have that many monster tanks like I used to.
Yeah, the biggest fish that I'm interested in keeping. I have 3 Oscars. They're all about a foot long now.
Nice.
They're plenty for me.
Oh yeah, Bob, I do appreciate the fact that you've got the FRF sticker on that tank, my friend. It's like I've got the. Oh, if I can do this, let me see if I can change this real quick. Is it gonna do it? But there. Just that over. The ornate Bichers there. Yeah, they're getting big. Which they're freaking. They're good size. I do have the Datnoid, which will get extremely large, but that's going to take 10 years. They grow so slowly, which can be nice, but it's going to take forever to grow that buddy out. He's about 2 inches, 2.5, I guess. Now, let's see if I can swap back to me. I know would see the fish anyway, but my chat again. There we go.
Yep, totally agree, Paul. The Oscars will always be my babies.
Yeah, they are awesome fish. They really, really are.
Yeah, I've got another Oscar in a 50-gallon tank. He's ready to move over to the big tank. So he's probably about 7 inches now.
Oh, nice.
And that'll leave me a 50-gallon acrylic tank. I really want to set it up as a reef tank.
You'll enjoy it. If you do it right, you will absolutely enjoy it, I'm sure.
That's why I've been enjoying your series with Mike from Tank Barn on the saltwater. So
we need to do, and we were going to do one at Aquashella, and then they asked us to do the the shows on their channel.
Yeah.
So it kind of got sidebarred, and then Mike's been traveling. We were going to try and do one at the ALA, but I'm not going to be going to that. We could still do it. I mean, Mike and Ed will be in the same room, so it'll kind of depend on their schedules, like down there. But we've just been trying to get everybody scheduled together to do a new one, just because this time of year there's so much fish stuff going on. So like if Mike, it's involved in a lot of clubs and swaps and auctions and things, on top of work, it gets real big. Sorry to hear that, John. I know that stinks. Just said he lost a datnoid 2 weeks ago. I love them. They're one of my favorite fish. They take forever to grow. That's actually I've got down below this tank is another identical tank to it because it's a fish store racking system. And it's just to grow out for the datnoid and another bisher I've got down there.
Good.
I had done it as a heavy tank at one point, but with it being so to the ground, I just got sick of it. Like I couldn't really enjoy it, and I couldn't really get in there to do anything. And so finally, I just scooped out what I could, and the rest of them, I think, became bite food. So,
have you got the new tank for the piranhas?
So I've got the tank. No, I've not gotten it done. I need to. So transportation's been one thing. I need to go to lumber and all that, which the lumber prices are coming down. And I can say this on here because they can't super chat me when I say this. And this is one of the reasons I don't talk about it. Money has been a factor. I didn't expect to go to Aquashella Chicago. There was a lot of help that came with that, and I do really appreciate it. But just money has been, rough. YouTube kind of, if you are monetized, YouTube really slows down for fish stuff, springtime. And then it really, really just kind of is bottomed out all the way through until September, October, and now it'll start to pick back up. So the projects have kind of all been on hold until they were financially feasible. We've been making it through, thank goodness, and that's because of all you all members and people that do support. But there hasn't been the spare money, I guess, is the thing. So that will be coming soon. I've got it worked out to where that's covered. Oh, it's like the laptop. I told a couple people I got a new laptop. I didn't pay for the laptop. I actually had a friend who bought me the laptop in advance of my taxes coming next year. He's like, you can't edit, you can't stream. He's a computer nerd. He's like, this is an amazing laptop. I will buy it for you, and you can pay me back when your tax return comes next year. And I'm like, I'm not going to turn that down because that'll get me back on track with what I need to do. So it wasn't one of those things where I went and bought a brand new computer and I'm like, well, I can't. I'm going to build a fish stand. It was like somebody offered to do something. And I'm like, yeah, I'll pay you back next year. Sure, sounds great. But, that's been a factor. Everything stays fed and the lights stay on and the water stays running and all that. But it's kind of what killed me. I was going to do a series about those 620 gallons where we went through and we escaped everyone. And I looked at it was going to cost like $600 to go buy all the escaping stuff. And I was like, I'm not doing that right now. We'll just set them back up with some pea and some plants I had at other tanks. Peck Tech, he's got an idea for a really cool collaboration video for the two of us to do. So that'll be fun for some low budget stuff. I need to be focusing more on the DIY stuff, which is why I kind of started doing this stuff to begin with. But I had got where I got that free tank from Aquashella Orlando. It's a really nice rimless 45-degree angle cut, beautiful, expensive glass tank that deserves like a really proper aquascape done to it. And it's just been like, I need to build a really nice stand for it and, do some router work and polish it and, lacquer, whatever, wood stain, and then do a nice quality aquascape. And it's like, I don't have, $200 to dump into a tank for a video right now. That's just not something that's feasible. So I still got it. But I think Sean and I are going to get together and do something on that. And it may not get the pretty stand and stuff, but we'll see. So it's been interesting, but no complaints, not complaining. It's just definitely a factor when you're like, I'd love to do that, but not right now. Let's keep them fed first,
Yeah.
I had somebody out to. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead. Interrupting your show.
Kind of funny. You showed your bishers. I was at my LFS today, and they got a little, pretty small, ornate bisher in. Mm-hmm. And I don't have any experience with bishers. How fast do they grow?
So the ornates grow relatively quickly. to put it in perspective, I got those guys when they were about 3 inches or so, less than 4 inches, still fairly small around.
Mm-hmm.
And my Senegals were 6 to 7 inches and about double that size. They're not much smaller than they are now. Now the ornates are anywhere from 11 to 13 inches and, that big around. Whereas the Senegal still, 7, 8 inches and, maybe that to that. So they will grow a lot quicker than the Senegal will, the Scalus. They seem to be a little bit more aggressive as well, at least in my personal experience. The Senegals don't really mess with anything, whereas I caught one of these ornates with an African Seta in its mouth the other day. The African's fine. It's got a little, scale damage. It's fine. It's not got any infections or anything. It's okay. But that's part of why I moved the ornates away from the Senegals, because I didn't want them to just get a hold of one and slurp it down like a spaghetti noodle. But they grow relatively quick. So if you get a small one, 3 or 4 inches, within a year, you're looking at a good sized fish. So,
good. And what would good? I would have had, if I had gotten it, I would have had to go ahead and move this Oscar, and there's a couple blood parrots in there over to the big tank. But I don't feel like, he's only 4 inches now, but a 50-gallon tank would be big enough for one.
Yeah, I mean not once they get up to a good size. Smaller one would be fine for a little bit as a temporary grow out, but I don't think, long. I'm trying to think, what are the dimensions front to back on a 50?
So this is a 50-gallon acrylic. I think it's 18.
Okay, so that actually wouldn't be terribly bad. I wouldn't do it in a 55 just because of that 12-inch front to back.
Right.
Because, it's just like most fish. We really don't want to see their nose and their tail touching both sides of the tank. I guess you could say it's a general rule. It's not really a rule, but anytime any of us look and see a fish that it can touch both sides of the tank at once, we're like, I might want a bigger tank. But they don't really move around much. I mean, they are quite content with not doing much of anything. Of course, they're, a nocturnal feeder, so they get more active at night. But I didn't mean to go full screen with that. Hopefully I don't lose it. Okay, going back. Generally, they don't do much. They lay there. Where's this at? There it is. There it is. That's part of why I put that camera right there, because that's where they hang out. They're just all the time. They don't really do much swimming around. Now I've got like my Senegal buddy, like Ed's talked about, the reason he went and found one, who's constantly up the front of the glass swimming around interactive. But these guys, and a lot of them that I have watched, they don't tend to do much. They tend to just kind of hang out.
Good.
So it's not what, and I bring that up just because I feel like activity a lot of times factors in with the tank size. Whereas if that fish that was constantly swimming back and forth all the time, I would say, you definitely need more room for it. Whereas it's laying there most of the time. It's not, I could put that in the 220 gallon and it's still going to utilize a very minimal amount of space aside from when it's, hunting, if you will, or feeding. So, in my opinion,
I just hadn't done any research on bichures before, so they are cool fish, though.
Oh yeah, I really enjoy them. I really do. It's the body style is different than a lot of other things that we see. I've got neat personality. Some of them can be really personable. Like I mentioned, Buddy, my Senegal, he's, he'll follow your hand, stick your finger up. These, not so much. They really don't care. They lay there, but they're absolutely gorgeous fish.
Cool. and again, I just can't see where I'm at on tanks that I can comfortably take care of dedicating a tank to one fish. So
Absolutely. That's totally understandable. That's a smart way to look at it. There we go.
hey, Bunny Viper,
Hey.
John Larson, Paul Sotero.
John says 55 tanks should only have fish 6 inches and below so they can turn comfortably. Yeah, I mean that's not a bad thought process on it. Definitely want the fish to be comfortable. I could probably find an exception to that rule, but there's always an exception to the rule.
Right.
But I figure that sounds like a good rule of thumb to me, especially when you take into account how many people that are new to fish might see that. I always like to err on the side of safety with general terms that I put out there. That way, if somebody that doesn't really have a lot of experience comes upon it, they're not like, well, I saw him doing this and it's okay. I always preface it like, look, I've been doing this for a while. I've tried a lot of things, and this happens to work for me. That doesn't mean it's going to work for you or that I even recommend you try it. So,
yeah.
Lots of awesome people in here.
Yeah.
Peaceful. That's awesome, Paul. Congratulations on the new add to the fish room.
I don't know how to pronounce that, so it's got to be awesome.
I'm going to pull a John from KG and say, I'm not saying that because I'll mess it up. You got me on that one. Congratulations.
Hey, Cooper Aquatics.
What's going on,
Good
Cooper?
seeing you. Daniel Velez. I don't know if I said hi to you or not.
Always good to see Daniel. So I've got all this extreme food I need to give away. I'm thinking I'm going to do it at 3,000. I think that's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
But I'm only going to do it at 3,000 if I start putting out weekly videos, because otherwise it's not fair to you all to say, hey, wait till I hit 3,000 and not posting any content, by the way. Otherwise we'll make it like 2,800 because that's just very, very close. But if I start putting out videos, then the 3,000 won't be a problem, especially with Aquashella coming up and this other side thing that's going on. But one thing I am thinking about doing, and you all let me know, is I have the option when I do my drawings that the members get extra luck. So like you almost get a second entry if you're a member. So you get plus 1 luck. You get 2 times the chance to win. So I thought that might be a nice thing for the members to give that little push. If people didn't like that too much, then I was just going to do part of it for everybody and then do the other part of it as a giveaway just for the members. So it was almost the same thing. Like members can enter both of them, but only members can enter this one. Just a thank you to you all. I think I'll make a post for the members and which I'll have to say. I know a lot of people be like, well, that's not fair. But, a lot of people that come in for the giveaways are just there for the giveaways. They never come back anyway. So, I want to take care of the people that have been around and supported me. Yeah. The regulars.
Yeah, I'm going to do a giveaway stream next Saturday on the 300 subs. So
congratulations on that. That is awesome.
Yeah, it's a number I never, ever even considered being at when I started this. So
it's crazy how things work out.
The fish fam is just so awesome.
They really are. They really, really are. It says don't do that. Paul says they're a type of smiling at Cara. That's awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I got lost on that scientific name. Sorry. I try, and I used to know a lot more scientific stuff. Saying members only stream. I'm actually, if Ed is okay with it, contemplating doing a members only stream after Rico and Ed tonight. So I've got the new laptop. I've spent pretty much all of yesterday and a good part of today software and downloads and updates, fiddling with things, adjusting widgets, because I want to go back to using Streamlabs OBS instead of StreamYard. I used Streamlabs back before I started streaming with Ed because there's so much flexibility with it, but it's a real pain in the backside to bring a guest into it. So that's why I quit using it, and I found StreamYard and using StreamYard, just because it's so simple to bring a guest up, like this. Throw a link out there and it's done. So I got it on earlier, and we were playing with sets and all that, and everything looked good. And we did an unlisted stream, and I sent myself the link so I could pull it up on my phone. He pulled it up on his phone. And everything looked good. So I'm thinking maybe we do a members only stream, hang out with you guys. Y'all can critique the new layout, how you like the video, the audio, the background layers, the special pop-ups and sounds, and all the bells and whistles that I've added to it. Because I want to make it a higher level production. I mean, you all have stuck by me for a while now. It's been 3 years on YouTube. So I want to step the game up for you all and a more fun, enjoyable experience when you do come onto the shows. Am I dressing up for Aquashella? I don't know yet, Bobby, but I will take out of Ed's book. If I am dressing up for Aquashella, I'm not going to tell y'all what it is. You'll have to tune into the stream to find out.
Hey, Ricky De Hoyos. Good seeing you.
Missed you too, Ricky. I really, really did. Aside from the fact that I love Mike. I love hanging out with him. It's part of why I came up here. I'm like, I miss talking to everybody. I want to say hi, And I was like, well, he doesn't have anybody up there right now, so I'll click on the thing, and if it's still nobody there when I get set up, then we'll hop on.
Yeah, I kind of have mixed feelings about members only streams, but from what I've seen, most of the members only streams have been at a different time than the regular stream.
Yeah.
So, as a subscriber, you're really not losing anything. It's just a little extra for the members.
And that's exactly it. You're 100% correct. And that's always been my thought process behind it, is I never want to make the members own things that I've held from the general public. But it's things like you've seen little random videos I've posted on the members only stuff. It's things that I'm not going to put out, in the public video, or it might be some raw footage that gets edited into something else later. But it's some bonus stuff for you all to see that, a lot of people have said they enjoy seeing that kind of stuff. So, because I'll kind of poke members here and they go, hey, do you want to see this stuff, or should I just stop uploading this crap because y'all are sick of it? And they're like, no, we like the extra little behind the scenes stuff. And I'm like, all right, well, I'll keep uploading the little random things. But it's not anything that takes away from what I give to the public. It's just extra stuff for you all as an additional thank you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're absolutely right. Paul sent pic of the fish. Guessing that is... Oh, there we go. There's the email. Oh, that is a beautiful fish. Let me get this picture to pull up here. Flip that. Let me move to where I can see my camera because I've got me hidden behind the chat. There's...
Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful fish. A gorgeous, gorgeous fish. I'm jealous. I'm a little jealous. It's a nice fish, man. Congratulations on that pickup. It's a beautiful fish. Oh, goodness.
And Muppet just posted the link, but I did add some merchandise kind of as a joke, but
well, nice. Awesome.
I've had 5 sales already, so
heck yeah. That's one of the things that when tax time comes, I'm looking forward to merch from some different people. I've got, and again, it's kind of an extra thank you thing, like my members. I try and watch y'all's videos first, participate in your stuff first, get your merch and things. So tax time comes around, I've got quite a few people that have merch that I'm like, I want to get their shirts. So I can, not just have your shirts to wear around, but also for live streams and stuff. Oh yeah. Check out Mike's Aquatics and things. Check out so-and-so.
Yeah. So Seaweed, did you get your shirt already? I know Bob Kaler got one. He showed it off.
Very, very nice. Yeah, I've got one of the, well, I'm not going to move that camera, but let me see if we can see it on this. You'll be able to tell what it is, but right there, I've got this sticker, and it looks kind of like your logo, but it's just Grumpy Mike's fish on it. Crazy.
I sent you some of the new ones, didn't I?
Yeah, I love that pre-change classic. Not around anymore thing there. I think I put. No, I didn't because I'd already filled the laptop. I was say I think I put your new one on the laptop, but I had already filled this laptop with stickers well before that changeover.
Yeah, the fish mom Susan, she gave me a lot of static about the old name, and
oh yeah,
and it really wasn't working anyway. So
it is what it is.
And I got into reptiles and stuff, so it made sense.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, I like the Mike's Aquatics and things. And like you said, it leaves you open with the things part of what you can add to it.
Oh, yeah.
Fish room fever, I'm kind of stuck to fish room, So it's nice to be able to make those changes before it'd be an issue at this point if I changed mine. There's too much that's attached to it for me to change mine now.
Yeah, I know. Bob Kaler, he changed his name. First, he went to Kaler's Aquatics and Reptiles, and he said his stuff just died, so he changed it to the Exotics. So
Aquatics and Exotics, gotta love it. Absolutely.
Yep. And that's, like my channel, I've got cat videos, got fish videos, reptiles, amphibians, and some random stuff. So, just whatever I'm feeling like that day, Absolutely. It all fits.
Absolutely. I can't wait to see it at Aquashella. It's going to be awesome. Really looking forward to meeting people there.
I'm glad you liked it, Pose.
Oh, I will be kind of glad. I've talked to a couple people. I'll be kind of glad after Aquashella that everything kind of dies off for the year and all the events are over with. It gets to be a little bit crazy. So, but it's so much fun hanging out with everybody and getting to meet people and do those things.
Yeah, Ricky, I saw that. I like it.
Yeah, the RB Animals and Movies. I noticed that as well. Very. Yeah, I just with having so many different platforms, all Fish Fever, the .com and everything attached to it, it would just be almost better to start another channel versus change the name on it, which I have considered doing. That was a thought for maybe 5 years from now. Like Rico Stan has become part of the Fish Room Fever family. That was something that Ed and I had discussed, and I'd had a dream of doing 10 years down the road of incorporating other channels into the brand. So the thought was one day, well, maybe it's not just my channel. If we have 16 channels that are Fish Room Fever affiliated, you get one video a month from each of those other people, and then I do regular videos on it, and then I just my own little side channel and start over again with my own, fishing things or whatever. So, oh yeah, Bobby. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Excited for you, Robert.
It's going to be fun. I get to hang out with Ed and Bobby on the way out there, so that's going to be a blast.
Yeah, it's like, the one positive thing I heard about, doing multiple things on a channel is if you're a small channel, then let it grow at that. You're better off than like if you got a bigger channel like Bob or you, or it's a lot harder.
Yeah, well, and I wouldn't even consider myself a bigger channel, but it's I put some into making sure I put that name everywhere.
Right.
When I set it up, I'm like, okay, every single platform there's going to be a Fisher & Fever that's me on it. That it would just be almost a brand killer to go back and change it.
Hey, Steph, IHSP.
What's going on, HSP? Good to see you. Oh, Bobby, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Really looking forward to Aqua Show. It's hard to believe it's only a couple weeks away.
I know it. I think probably the one thing I really need to work on for my channel is getting on a regular schedule of releasing videos.
You and me both, brother.
But, I don't want to get into the rut, though, of putting out crap just to put it out.
Absolutely.
If I see something I'm having fun, like it, then I video it. But
definitely. I sat down the other day and I've got a series idea. Even though I've had some people, quote unquote, mentor me that are like, well, you should do 10 things because 10 things is better than 5 things. I've always had this 5 things that I wanted to run with, and just call it the Fever 5. Something along those lines. Maybe finesse it a little more, but the Fever 5. And sat down and came up with 3 pages of ideas.
cool.
A whole year's worth of videos. Weekly videos. And I'm like, there's a whole year. There's a whole year. I just got to film them. So that's one that I don't think announced yet, but the Fever 5s. And then maybe bring back some of the other stuff that I tried to do early on, that I think would have done well if I had more people watching, because people ask for that stuff now. And I'm like, well, I did that video 3 years ago that's got 27 views on it,
Right.
So maybe refresh some of the stuff that I did. I could do it better now. I have better understanding of, editing and stuff. And I have a better presence, if you will, comfortable doing the recordings and the audio and talking on camera, and bring some of those type of things back. So I've got some ideas and I figured out how to film. Now I can actually edit it. So we're in good shape.
Yeah, that's like for me, along the line that my fish tanks is saying, everybody keeps wanting videos on Domino, my new high white California king snake, but how many times can you film me feeding or
right? How many times can I put a twist on the exact same thing?
Right.
I understand. It gets tricky.
Yeah, but, all right. Japers, we've been going an hour and a half already.
I appreciate you letting me come on and ramble, Mike.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Sorry I kicked you off of your stream earlier.
That's I appreciate you coming up, and I have a story about you next week on the giveaway stream, and
okay,
you and Ed and Mr. Bob Kaler. So
all right. Well, I look forward to it.
Hey, I appreciate you coming up very much. And I think we're going to call this one for this week. Everybody, hope to see you next week. We'll do some giveaways, and love you all. Thanks for everybody in chat, lurkers, replay crew, my mods, James, Minister Brandon. Love you all. And we'll catch you on the next week. Thanks, everybody. Peace out.